welcome to Arkives. Great to be back. I'm your host, Matthew Pomar from Arc Technology Consultants. Joining me today, of course, we have our engineer and podcast producer, Tino Patino III. And I would say your returning champion and the talent in this group, Paisano 1, my main man, Chris Vaccaro. What's up, fellas? Welcome back.
We're all talented. I won't be the only talent in this group. We're all equally talented.
We all play a big part. Anyway, big month, right? So I can't believe the month of October is over. That's insane to me. Fall is in full swing. So catch us up on what's going on in schools and sports.
So much. I mean, it goes from opening day and back to school to just living in the middle of all of the great things that happen in these communities, right? I mean, first of all, we just flew through the entire fall sports season. It's already playoffs. It's already a time for many of our clients and their student athletes and coaches to shine and make history. And we've been really busy covering that. We've been telling those stories visually, on the ground, interviews. I know we've had right now, Sachem East Field Hockey is going to run the table, we think, and done some interviews with their student athletes. And I know Tino could talk about what he was able to do on the ground in Montauk. There's just a lot of playoffs still ahead for many of our teams. Yes, of course, Sachem. Islip football is on a tear. Their quarterback's having historical run right now. Just got the back cover of the sports section of Newsday for a Sunday's paper. And the post was like, not just that he was on the cover of Newsday, it was like, everybody in Islip better have this hung up in their houses, right? Yeah, the next day I'm scrolling on social and I see a couple of the business teachers post on Facebook holding the cover with Jack Rayow in the middle of them, who's one of their students, and so it's just, I love the binding glue factor that local sports plays in a community. Doesn't matter if it's Sachem, doesn't matter if it's Islip. Every single community should rally behind their sports programs because it really brings everybody together. And we're seeing it. We see it every day and we help tell that story.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
I think the biggest thing he mentioned there is telling people stories, right? And for Montauk, undefeated field hockey season. But the coolest part about capturing that one, and I couldn't do it alone, the community members were sending me videos of the fire engines going down and the trucks and the police officers and everything on those different departments in Montauk celebrating their win, their undefeated season rather. And to me, that was so cool to see because it's just like Chris said, a community rallying around not only the school, but the sports too. Field hockey cover page. We posted about it, talked with the coaches. They said it was super cool. And just something that the community can talk about and just continue to build upon not only content, but memories. That's the biggest thing for me is like for those girls, right? A part of that team, being able to look back at something that they were accomplished, that they achieved their goal. They were able to celebrate that. To me, what we're giving and providing, not only technical services, content, social media, PR, but basically a virtual digital history book for these schools and students that are being a part of these special moments and memories. And obviously not just the sports stuff too. We have the school aspects of it, right? Islip doing cool things, Remsenburg as well. And Matt, I know you want to talk a little bit about the Arc Media side of the interns that we got going on there too.
Yeah, so cool. Yeah, cool. In Mineola, the Arc turns, as we're calling them.
That's a new term. I hadn't heard that, actually. That's good.
Yeah, Arc turns, right? So I have Ben Dong and Kieran Kim. They're going to debut their show, and it's called What's in the Name? So, a lot of these schools are named after different people, and surprisingly enough, nobody knows their names, and nobody knows why they're called this. They're just called this. So both of these guys have looked around and they've it's not going to just be for Mineola. They're looking at all the schools across Long Island, not even just our clients. And they're getting to the bottom of it. And the first couple are really they're neat because you're going to get it, but there is a couple of controversial ones that are coming down the pike. So I tell everybody to stay tuned. And again, because they're not our clients, we don't care. We'll expose them. We'll tell some of the dark secrets if we have to. But yeah, the ARC turns are they're in full swing. They're doing a great job. They're also working on some of the other ARC turns are working on the disaster recovery plan and some business continuity planning. So really a meaningful experience for students. And we're super excited about it. Let's talk a little bit about brand identity and some content curation.
Yeah, you know what? It's interesting. There's a lot that we're trying to do by amplifying brands, building brands, reminding people that their brands exist. There's this melee of content where we create a lot of fun stuff. We tell a lot of stories every day. A lot of it's visually stimulating. It's video, it's motion, it's graphics with high quality that tells a story. Just, my philosophy has always been you want to be able to glance at the screen and be informed. The glanceability of your brand. Do people recognize the color, the shape of the logo, who you are immediately when they're scrolling quickly through social? Those are the things you have to capture in less than 5 seconds sometimes, right? And can you capture them enough so that they follow? Can the people follow? Will they become a loyalist? Will they come back for more, right? So we're working a lot with our clients on building their brands and curating their stories. I mean, there's an interesting story, and I don't know if we were supposed to talk about this during the school and sports section, but how we're amplifying the WSHR brand is really interesting. It's a project within a project, right? WSHR is Sachem Radio, 91.9 FM, 6,000 watts. It's the largest educational radio frequency on Long Island, able to be heard in Nassau, Suffolk, Queens, Brooklyn, and parts of Connecticut. We have built that brand, which has existed for 60 years. Mind you, all three of us are products of it. And need I remind people, this does not happen without Sachem. Okay, we're a product of it. Matt and I know each other because of our connection with Sachem, and we're like a generation apart from each other. Tino was a Sachem alum and student who then I wound up mentoring, and he went to Hofstra like me, and there's just a great symmetry that we've had. So all of it, though, was because we found our voices and were able to become storytellers at WSHR. Yeah, now we get to bring that to life again, and we're building that brand, and we're building its identity, and the students have come to life, and their ability is so fun to watch. They're so creative, and they're just figuring it out, and I'm so proud to be able to help them and allow them to find their voices, just as I did one day, not so long ago, but 2 decades ago. And the accounts are on fire. The impressions are through the roof. The listenership is through the roof. It was a sleeping giant. You didn't have to tell us that, but we extracted the ability of that brand to come to life. And we use it on all Sachem platforms. We're not afraid to tell people who we are, how big the frequency is, what the reach is. And we've already started bringing in people from the community to be part of that too. So we have in-studio guests. We've had politicians. We've had nonprofit leaders. We were out covering the Lake Ronkonkoma Sustainability Press Conference, and we're going to get those scientists who are studying the lake in studio. On top of play-by-play, sideline reporting, video in real time during important moments, especially sports in the playoffs right now. So, I mean, when I hear brand identity, I'm sorry to go back into that school and sports chapter of this show. I'm just so empowered, so fired up, so passionate about what we're trying to do there, completely for the sake of the students. Yes, the community at large. But when I am in that studio now multiple times per day, allowing the students to find themselves. And I spent the last 2 weeks hosting shows where I asked them questions. What can we expect from your show this year? What are your interests? What are we going to hear from you? By the way, I've seen you be an incredible photographer, an incredible sideline reporter. You're a student athlete. And I asked them about that, and so their individual brand identity, station identity, community identity, we're helping. And now let me get to the actual part of brand identity and curation for what we're trying to do, right? So we're working with Telechoice. We're working with JLC. We're working with law firms. We're working with small businesses. We could spend each of these shows that we're trying to host on Arkives, obviously to tell what we're doing on a daily sometimes second by second basis. Each of these shows could be about each of our clients, and maybe it will be. I think we should have special guests. I think we should have cameos. But they're great people. We only align ourselves with great people. It's
unbelievable. Yeah, true. So yesterday I got a chance. I don't know when this will air, but yesterday I had the chance. I was with Telechoice. I talked to Matt Corrado. He was excited at the time he got to spend with Tino. Him and I are planning something. So we're going to tell everybody stay tuned on social media, follow our channels. There is going to be an event coming up that him and I are going to champion right before Thanksgiving. So we're going to tell everybody again, keep an eye out. I got to tell you, his head's not that big. I thought his head was much bigger. I saw it in person. Not super huge. I think his head, it's bigger than mine, but I do, and I have a pretty big head, but I think not as big as I remembered. So I thought that was important. I wanted to make sure because I kind of slandered him, I think, on social media. Yeah. So absolutely.
Did he get on video? Did he do video with you?
No. He said
no,
he didn't do
it. Yeah. I tried.
He said he didn't do it. Yeah, I was cracking up because I had mentioned it. And, but
I know they'll be watching this too, so I'm coming for you next time.
He's a great guy. I mean, him and I are planning something pretty special, and we're going to keep you posted. The Guercio & Guercio law firm, they had sponsored the Long Island School Hero Awards. Teamed up with LICAB. I have a feeling we're going to be doing something with LICAB, the ARC team. Tino, tell us a little bit about the JLC development program, because that seemed pretty awesome, and I'm excited to see what content's coming out of that.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Working with those guys always. And I said it last time on the last show we had on Archives, but it's so cool to just learn more from them and be able to be immersed in that community and the things that they're teaching. And from Ray himself, right? We can look at this graphic I made. I was cool because I was able to put a video of him talking into a moving graphic that's promoting their professional development program, which has started now at this point. And to be able to hear what Vincent had to say as well. Great things that went on during that and stuff that for me, myself, I get to learn more about because of everything that they're teaching these professional leaders and teachers and superintendents and community, impact makers. And that's what we're trying to do. So it's cool that not only are we doing that here at ARC Media, but at the same time, our clients are doing that and we're able to showcase them doing that in a great way. So content's coming out from there. Working with Vincent as well to sort of see what they can do and produce more and continue to further and just expand more from what, the people that go to these learning sessions can see from themselves, to look back on from what they've learned already. And also just stuff from the past that JLC has done, because everything that comes out of Ray's mouth is awesome. And I love listening to him. And it's been really cool. Yeah.
Yeah. One thing I think that Chris hit on, and I think that you hit on, which is important, is our engagement with the clients. But, with ARC Technology Consultants and the media side of the business, where we're basically doing technical services to help tell the stories, like we are heavily engaged with the clients and we're heavily engaged with the students, where I don't think any other company is doing that. And they've become, look, the ARC turns from Mineola, some of the people we've interacted with in Herrick's. I don't think anybody else is interacting with the students and getting the student perspective, having them help create some of the content. I think that gives us a unique advantage. And look, I personally am relying on those, ARC turns to help us, put this together, help us come up with strategies on who else we're going to work with. Chris said it best, like we try to align ourselves with quality people. So like, if you go to those photos, I mean, everybody there is somebody that you'd be honored to be in their presence, right? Ed, Chris Mustecki and Chris Shisco. And of course, Joe Salamone, who's I think we're going to go with Paisan 02 for him, Chris. Great guy. And then, of course, I have nothing but respect for Dr. Jorgensen, who's just a cut above. So we've aligned with great people. We're super excited at what's going on. And yeah, So we're help building a community and working and sharing that community online. And talk to me about community connections and what's going on.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of our core values. Easiest way I can put it, right? Our ability to help our clients be important in their own communities and connect to their communities and engage with their communities. It's paramount for us, right? We talk a lot about what we're bringing to the table. This, by all intents and purposes, the Archives show is not an infomercial. It's a sampling of the great things that we get to experience. And we get to experience a lot of meaningful storytelling. And we help facilitate those stories with technology. And we're able to do it because of our expertise, because of our experience.
Yeah.
And so when clients or the long list of people who are now hammering on the door to get with us and learn from us and try to figure out how they can become partners with us, when they say, oh, what's the difference maker? You're hearing it. This is the secret sauce. And I'll tell you right now, it's not done in 40 hours. It's not done in 7 days. It's done because we've been building it throughout our careers, and we endlessly work to make sure that everybody is happy, on the same page, that we're transparent, that we're willing to roll our sleeves up and literally get in the trenches with them. It's us. You're not getting somebody else. You're not getting some junior associate. You're getting us, especially when it's a serious situation. You call us anytime, right? And then we go over this all the time, especially when there's a very technical issue that only we can provide a creative solution to. And what is that solution? A full-fledged film service, right? That's what this is coming down to. It's 2025 and now almost beyond. People want to consume content in a very specific way. And people have brands to uphold and build, and they know how that those audiences or those prospective audiences are going to consume that content. There's a formula to it. We happen to have the formula. By the way, the formula does keep changing.
Yeah,
whether it's a little
100%. Yeah, 100%.
May change. The salt may change. The sugar in the sauce may change. It's gonna, but we have to stay ahead of the recipe.
Don't put sugar in the sauce.
Well, yeah, some people do, but we have to stay ahead of it. We will write the recipe book because we are staying ahead of industry trends. That's part of the equation for how this is done, right?
Yeah, and obviously we're not going to announce it on here, but we do have some new people coming on board that we're super excited about. But one thing that I thought was kind of cool is that we got to meet with people and explain to them that it's not a cookie cutter approach, right? So we want to build that community, but the communities are different. So we're going to have to employ different techniques. Look, one of the art specialties, when we started this company, that was the one thing I said was, look, I want to be completely different. I want to do things differently. I didn't want to do the same stuff I had been doing. And again, not that, I'm entrepreneurially opportunistic, as you both know. So if there's certain things I do like doing, I want to keep doing them. But the one part that I wanted to, what we've always done and what's always been at our heart is using technology to the meaningful use of technology in education and using the meaningful use of technology to help our clients. And now we're helping them in a different area. We've got a lot of great stuff coming up, and, we're going to keep everybody tuning in. So what else is going on, Tino?
A lot of big stuff in the communities, and probably the biggest one, Sachem Day, as we've been talking about Sachem a lot on the show, and rightfully so. The stuff that they're doing is bigger, it's better, not better, but just in the forms of what they're doing that we're able to capture, like an event like Sachem Day. That was one of the coolest things I've been able to be a part of. They had mascot races, pep rallies for the different cheer squads in the elementary schools, Sachem East, Sachem North cheer team coming together to have a special routine. Got to look behind the scenes on that during the week and then see it happen on the day of a fun run, a 5K, in which that was what the event was sort of built around, which was cool too, to capture the trail that the runners went on, be immersed in it myself. And obviously there's more than just Sachem, Islip doing their college fair. All of our clients within the school districts do their own things and a part of their own communities. And we've talked about that, at length, but to me, that's what's so cool about it, because these communities already exist. It's us that get to showcase more about them. And when we do so, funny memory I have about Sachem. Just a couple of days ago, I was at an event. I can mention this now. It should be up on social at this time of the recording. Even if not, then you get an exclusive look. A Broadway actor was helping Sachem East, with acting and coaching him up, giving him insight. And to me, that was really cool to just witness myself. I'm a fan of any sort of art, but what was cool about it was I went up to one of the students there and I asked, "Hey, do you want to, share a little bit about your experience here? Tell us what you learned." And she was like, "Wow, I've been waiting for this. I want to be interviewed so bad. I love all the content on social media." It's like, that's super cool because it's a community that exists, but within that community, we're being able to be immersed in it and change it in different ways for the better, make different positives and use our technology and our media strengths and talents for good. And to me, that's the biggest thing. And one of the coolest good, feel good stories there could be in there is the fact that Sachem's Taramac Elementary School had a welcome home surprise. Tamarack. And that was super cool to see. So I don't know if Chris wants to talk about that one more. I covered the Sachem Day if he wants to talk about that one, but I was in person for this, and to be able to film that moment with the student and his father, that was really special to see. And to me, I think, I was just really excited to be there for that.
One of those soldier homecoming stories is always emotional.
Oh my gosh, amazing.
I was
also because this month is Salute to Service, right? So
that's right. Yeah. And Veterans Day is coming up. In fact, we're in the middle of planning some Veterans Day specials for WSHR. But yeah, one of the parents at Tamarack was serving. I believe he's a mechanic in the Air Force, I want to say. And emotional moment Tino captured. I was hoping to be there, and then of course triple book. So they sent Tino, and he was able to make that happen. I forgot to send you the video for this because it already happened like a month ago. But another really unique moment was during the pep rally at Sachem North. One of the students played the national anthem on his electric guitar, and the video went immediately viral. Yeah, it's over 125,000 views, and it was picked up by the Long Island Wise Guy account. And
I love that guy.
He shared it. He asked for permission to share it. I said, absolutely, please tag Sachem. And then I loved some of the comments were like, wow, this is amazing. Sachem is embracing the patriotism. Like, yeah, it's the national anthem. Of course. Not only that, we're embracing creativity. But the unique part was, yes, amazing musician. His name is Massimo, another Italian-American. Giant American flag right in the gym, right over this HM arrow. I captured it on film, and it was just amazing. So that was great. Working on something really unique with East Mauritius right now too. Working on planning a podcast and a professional development type series. A couple of their teachers, very charismatic, very outgoing teachers, were brought to my attention from Dean Middleman, the superintendent, and they said, "Hey, we're working on some really cool things here. We think they have a great story to tell." And immediately that's when my mind starts going. I think my biggest strength is give me a sliver and I'll give you the whole meal.
Yeah,
right. And then we could pair back from there. Okay, you don't need the dessert and the entree and the appetizers, but we'll figure it out to make it meaningful for the audience. And so right now we're planning a podcast series, and it may be 4, 5, 6 episodes. This doesn't have to last for years and years and years.
Yeah, of course.
But we're going to do video. We're going to try to capture the audio. It's going to be related to some of the ongoing professional development work that they have right now. And like every district, it seems like they're studying The Anxious Generation, the book about social media's impact on students today. And so they're going to try to extend that professional development internally and offer their own storytelling and their own lessons and lectures. So we're crafting what that looks like. Again, technical. I'm going to bring out some cameras, bring out some audio equipment, and facilitate what the studio looks like versus what the script is going to be about. And I'm excited to get creative with Dean and his staff on that. And then it has not happened yet. It's tomorrow morning. Again, depends on when this is going to air, but I'm going out to Remsenburg with Denise Sullivan, and we're filming some video about their new security and safety and alert system in partnership with the town of Southampton Police Department. So we have the police chief coming down. We have Denise obviously there. And I thought it was fantastic that, They're saying, hey, can you tell the story? Of course, like no question. They were going to bring a TV crew down through the town of Southampton. They're like, I don't know if they're going to be able to make it. I said, I don't need a crew. I'll go down there. I'll film it myself. I'll edit, produce, direct the entire thing. We'll do infomercials. We'll do PSAs. We'll tell the entire story. I'll take care of it myself. So that's happening too. So there's so much. I mean, we could literally sit here for hours and hours, but I love rolling up my sleeves when they say, hey, we got this. All right, we'll go make it happen. Let's go. Let's make it happen.
Yeah, I love when it can be as big as a whole production crew, which is Chris himself, or as small as something where it was like a Halloween parade, right? Recently, East Mauritius, I was there for that one too, seeing the kids and all the students dress up, but not just the students, the teachers, principals, advisors there as well. It's really special to be able to capture the big moments, the serious stuff that matters as well, that we create into content and showcase, professionally. But at the same time, I think our range is one of the biggest things that makes Ark. We can do anything big or small, but intricate and things that require the care that they do. That's what we provide to these clients, and that's one of my favorite things about who we are.
Awesome. What else we have, Tino?
Oh, this might be my favorite part of the show. Boom.
Yeah. So I'm anybody who knows me knows I'm kind of a t-shirt aficionado, and it's kind of my thing. So I designed the Ark t-shirt for Italian Heritage Month. Used the Italy Azzurri blue, which is also Ark is blue as well, and of course the tricolore. So we were excited about that. So we actually, quote unquote, sold out of that shirt almost immediately. So I'll check to see if I think I stashed two for each of, one for each of you. But I had that shirt. So I got literally people all over our footprint, but not just Long Island, the entire Ark footprint. So we've got a couple of different clients who messaged me privately. We had one of our from our equity partner. We had somebody from the equity partner call and ask for the shirt. So I had to snatch one out of from somebody else. But we did a limited run. We did sell them out, and I think we debuted them on Columbus Day, and then we were out of them by I think Thursday. So we'll consider another run. Don't forget, we're only about 5 months out from St. Patrick's Day. So they'll probably, spoiler alert, that might be a St. Patrick's Day shirt coming. So stay tuned. I love doing, I love Ark merch. I try to rep Ark merch anywhere I go. Both of you guys, I love it. Yeah, you got the hoodie. That's right. So, so we're super excited. Stay tuned. Anything else, fellas?
Love it. We're excited about more future episodes like this. Happy we can embrace our heritage at Ark, by the way. Really important to talk about just being proud of who we are. And it's only November, early November, right? And all these things we've got going on. There's so much more to do, and we're excited to share those stories. Our clients are partners, and we're in it with them. And we're so excited to get technical, get creative, and facilitate the storytelling.
Awesome. Hey, if you like what you heard today, make sure you give us a like and make sure you share it and check us out. That's going to do it for this month's version of Arkives.